Boom shakalaka, what's going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and I am joined today by Pete Wood, the CEO and co-founder of CoinBurp. What's going on, Pete?
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks very much for having me, Randall. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. I'm excited to find out about CoinBurp. So to begin with, everybody is very curious about the name, but it's good to make them wait. So before we get into the name, uh, give us the elevator pitch for CoinBurp. What is it?
Sure. So CoinBurp is a super easy crypto trading platform. We have everything we do is a user experience first. We don't drive it from product. We drive it from customers. From my background in cryptocurrency brokering within the UK, I've taken that knowledge and with a few other experts in the field, as a team of 11 of us now, we've built an amazing platform where we're trying to educate, especially the retail customers specifically of to begin with the UK, but we're looking to expand outwards soon after.
Awesome, awesome. So we'll get further into that. Where did the name come from? Very unique name. Is there a story behind it?
Yes, there is. So myself and my co-founder Bipin, we first met a guy called Tom. Tom's our UX lead. He was our third hire, but we needed this great name. We needed something that was available on the social medias, something that had all the domain names. And he actually spoke to his girlfriend. His girlfriend, I think, is a bit of a claim to fame. He doesn't like to say it's her that thought of the idea, but we had quite a few names on a piece of paper, and we looked at CoinBurp, and at first glance we were thinking it sounds a bit silly. But the more I personally thought about it, I was thinking it resonates well with what we're trying to do. We're a bit fun and friendly. It stands out. It's memorable. So we thought, and it had all the domain names free. So we thought, let's just go for it.
Very cool. That's awesome. Because I was trying to figure out myself how you guys came up with it, and I was imagining you all sitting around a table trying to come up with a name. Coin something. What's the next word? Coin what? And then somebody accidentally burped, and then.
Maybe I'll use that one in future. Actually, that's a really good story. We'll use that one.
Cool. So, Pete, you've been in cryptocurrency for a while. So, tell us, how did you get into crypto, and then what's your story from then until now?
Sure. So my background is in desktop support IT. One of those guys you'd ring when you've got a printer problem or your PC you need to be told to restart your PC to get it working again. I was that guy. So very traditional desktop background support role. At one of my previous roles, one of the guys brought in this little box. It was like a little silver box, and I was like, what the hell was that silver box? He plugged it in. He says, this is an ASIC miner. It mines Bitcoins. That's how it first started. So he was saying, right, the ROI on this is, I think I'm going to get my money back in 4 months and this sort of thing. I was thinking, wow. I was thinking, what is this all about? I went away, read Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. It was obviously on the back of the financial crisis, 2008. I thought, if people can truly own their money in a decentralized nature, this could be amazing. So very first thing I'd done was buy a bit of Bitcoin. There's a website that's very popular in the UK called Local Bitcoins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you've probably heard of it. You guys have probably heard of it as well, but it's like the market leader in the UK. So I bought a bit of crypto. I resold it on there, made like 10 quid. So I started off with £1,000, made 10 quid, and I was thinking, wow, this is like so easy. I'm just sitting here at my desk doing my full-time job, and I'm making 10 quid a day. And slowly but surely, it was maybe 11 quid and 12 quid, and it started rolling up. I had this idea to create a brokerage. It was the first of its kind on Local Bitcoins, where I'd actually hire people full time. They'd work for me and broker the coins. It was actually a trusted name in the space, which no one had in the UK. You always, if you were, let's say you were a customer of mine, Randall, so you would come to me as an individual. You'd have to trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to trust me with your ID, your proof of address documents. But now there was a name in the space, a registered company. You could go on our website, and it was the first, like I said, the first of its kind. It snowballed from there, starting with £1,000. Within about 4 years, we've done 100 million turnover, made profit in the millions, which actually led us to create this CoinBurp company. Both companies actually still run. So we've got BitBroker, that's my other company which still operates, and then we've got CoinBurp.
That's awesome. I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time, so you've seen it change, and you've dealt firsthand with like the actual retail experience that people need, because people who get into Bitcoin, they're like, yeah, I want it, but how do I get it? And then that leads you from doing BitBroker now to CoinBurp, where you're able to kind of target it towards those customers. So how do you do that on CoinBurp? Like, how do you make the experience for the first time customer?
So what we've done initially, we've done huge amounts of customer feedback with the guys that we've already traded with through BitBroker, and we've asked them a few questions. What is it you want to do with the website? What is it which isn't working at the minute that needs to be fixed? And if you take a look at CoinBurp.com, you probably think it's very slick, very simple, easy to use, but the amount of time and effort that has gone in, the amount of workshops we've done, the amount of meetings we've been through just to get it to that very smooth and slick presentation style, it's funny because it's on the background, it's very methodical, the madness, the mayhem that you don't see behind the scenes to come create something like this. But I personally feel I'm one of very few people that have first-hand experience with the crypto retail market over an extended period of time. I think we've done 140,000 trades with BitBroker now. We've traded 39,000 different customers, all retail. And coming from that space myself, if we compare CoinBurp with the other companies in the space, they're usually the exchanges. So guys who run that they've got backgrounds in, let's say, trading and stock trading, or they've been on doing that sort of thing. Whereas I come from a completely different background, and I'd like to think that's what resonates well with our customer base. Someone who actually is on the same boat, who started the same journey as them 4 years ago, learned the process, and now we're going to help them start their journey as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a really nice website, and like it does make it very simple. And they always say that like the more simple something looks, the more difficult it was to create it. So yeah, I mean, what you've done is just create a 3-step process where anybody can pretty much get cryptocurrencies. And I think right now you're offering like 5 different cryptos on there.
Exactly. So I'm all about automation. That's my background. Automate. If a robot can do it, let's leave it to them. They can do it 24/7, 365. As long as it's coded well, they won't make any mistakes. It's uptime 100%. They don't make any mistakes at all usually. But we've used this same mentality when we've approached CoinBurp. So one of the common things, if we talk about the journey of a customer, right? So they're going to do the registration. Potentially they're going to do a 2-factor authentication. They're going to go through and upload their ID, their proof of address documentation. They're going to deposit some fiat, some pounds usually with the UK guys, and they're going to buy some crypto. So I split it up into those different sections and say, what can we do to automate every single step so a customer not only benefits from the efficiency, but they can operate any hour of the day, any day of the year. So if it's 2 a.m. on a Sunday and suddenly the Bitcoin price is shooting up and you want to find a platform that you can buy from, what we can do at CoinBurp, we can register you instantly. We can verify your ID and proof of address in 15 minutes automatically. So we use Jumio, which is one of the market leaders. I think they do Coinbase and a few other the big websites. We allow instant deposits via GBP bank transfer. So you send us money in the UK, we've got something called the faster payment system that will hit our account instantly. And assuming you've sent it with the correct details, the correct reference, your GBP is credited instantly. You can trade your crypto and then you can withdraw it instantly as well. So from start to finish, every single element of that is automated.
That's awesome. So is it available only to people in the UK, or is it people throughout the world? Who can actually use CoinBurp?
So currently it's only available to people who reside in the UK and have a UK bank account. We've actually just finalized a deal with a company. I don't know if I'm allowed to say them, but they were in the news recently. They've just offered GBP to a very large cryptocurrency exchange. So they're going to be operating their trade. I think their crypto to GBP pair in January. Just finalised a deal with them to get euros and dollars. Just also finalised a deal for card payments. Card payments, of course, it's retail centric, right? We want to be able to serve them. And we've brought on a couple of lawyers into our team. So they're going to advise us on how we can expand the company outwards. We're going to start with most probably the EU countries where you don't need regulation, you don't need licenses, etc. Once we've put that out, then we'll start applying. But as it stands, just the UK, but very soon we'll see some additional fiats and then expansion into other countries. Very cool.
So I'm curious, like, what's your favorite thing, or what do you think the coolest thing about CoinBurp is?
I was so when we first starting the company, I always wanted the atmosphere in the office to be jovial. Like, I don't want to take it too serious. I want to have a bit of fun. We've got an office that has beer from 2 p.m. onwards for free.
Are you hiring?
Yeah, it was a fun first couple of weeks. I think, like anything, when you get like a new toy, you want to keep using it, right? So think 4 days a week we were drinking and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do, right? So we are a financial company, but we want everyone to have a bit of fun. I'm not here I'm here to make friends. I'm here for everyone to feel like it's a family atmosphere at the thing. So at our office, if you ever come down to London, come have a look. Come have a look at the office. But yeah, that was one of the key things for me was to build that atmosphere around the office.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And how does CoinBurp compare to other exchanges? Like in terms of, we spoke a little bit about convenience, but how about like fees and different stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. So our main competitor, or was our main competitor in the UK, was Coinbase. I don't know how much this news gets out to you guys or even your viewers, but Coinbase, a few weeks ago, they started putting holds on any customers in the UK who wanted to withdraw crypto. So they'd let you deposit the money, which was a weird one, right? So they let you put the pounds in. It sounds a bit like a bank to me, which they'll happily take your money, but if you want to withdraw it, there's issues. So this is what happened with Coinbase. So they'd take your money, they'd let you trade your Bitcoins or whatever you needed to do. But it started as a 2-day hold. So if you want to withdraw, you to wait 2 days for them to do whatever they needed to do, and then they'll process it for you. 2 days went into 3 days, went into 5 days, went into 10 days, and then eventually they cut off any UK faster payment deposits completely. So one of the most common payment methods in the UK is faster payments, because it can, if I send you money, Randall, it will appear instantly in your bank. So it's great, it's very convenient, it's free, doesn't cost the customer anything, and now they've cut that completely off. So that's one of the things we're trying to do with our customers, is trying to step in and say, look, you can, not only can you get that an improved experience, because it took about an hour for you to credit GBP on Coinbase, but now we do it instantly. We do it with 0 fees. So if you deposit on our, it's absolutely nothing at all if it's £100 or over. Mm-hmm. And also the fee, the all-in cost, is usually around 1.5%. So that's the spread. There are a couple of variables on market conditions, but if we compare that to a purchase on Coinbase, and I've done it myself, a few of the guys at the office done it, you put £100 in. Once you've withdrew the money from Coinbase, you're looking at about £96. So it's about 4%. With us, you're looking at about 1.5%.
Okay, awesome. So very competitive, and especially for anyone in the UK, it's like, why would you? That's crazy. Coinbase seems like a bank. You can deposit money, but you can't take it out. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it completely reminds me of a bank where they'd happily take your money and loan it out to other people. But if you went into a bank and said, I want to withdraw 5K in cash, then they've got 100 questions for you, asking you what you're spending it, what you're doing with it. It's
so crazy. Yeah, so crazy. So you've been in crypto for a while. Like, any interesting stories you've come across? Because weird stuff always happens in crypto.
Yeah, so I actually had one from a few weeks ago. So being a co-founder and a CEO of like a new startup, you sort of got many hats. Sometimes one day you're doing the CEO stuff, another day you're helping test the code with the devs, another time you're doing the support. I actually do quite a bit of support. So if any of your viewers have ever logged a support ticket with us and it's come back from Pete, that's actually me. But yeah, one of the other things I do is compliance. So the first level is fully automated, but we do have a duty of care, not only because we are our banking providers, we need to do our KYC, our AML stuff, but as a duty of care just as a human being to people. So we had this trade come through. It was £10,000. 85-year-old lady was trying to buy £10,000 worth of Bitcoin. And it's not that we haven't done big trades like that for the older generation before, but on the first trade, we always go sort of a further step just to make sure they actually know what they're doing. So I personally gave her a call, and I was on the phone with her for about half an hour just finding out what is it you're looking to do with Bitcoin. And it started off pretty, she's like, yeah, I know about Bitcoin. I'm looking to invest in Bitcoin. I think it's the currency of the future. So that started off pretty well. And I said, well, what are you looking to do with it? Are you looking to hold it? Are you looking to send it elsewhere? And then she told me there was this investment company. And this gives you a bit of an insight into, I guess, why we have to do our checks, and we have to make sure everyone's, they're doing the right things and they're not being scammed, which this sort of turned out to be like. But she told me, sending it to an investment company. I got the name of the company. I Googled them. They're an offshore company with a virtual PO box in London. So it looks pretty, to the common person, it looks pretty official. It's a decent looking website. It's got the address and stuff at the bottom. She told me a story that she invested about 24K into the investment house about 7 months ago, and they apparently tried to get hold of her because the investment was going to collapse to zero. And what they done out of good faith, inverted commas, they propped it up with 50K of their own money, and now they're forcing her to pay the money back. So I'm sure other industries do it, but as a human being, especially to the old generation, I absolutely hate anything like this. I said to her, look, I don't think this is right. I don't think what's happening here isn't right. I don't think they've propped it up. They're very, older generation are very trusting. Just because if you sound like you're trustworthy, they just believe you're trustworthy. I think that's the way to put it up. I'm much more skeptical.
Yeah.
We've done these checks. I was like, look, I can't deal with you. It's too risky. And this, I'll tell you the saddest part about it. I said to her, it's a bit of a personal question, but do you have any daughters or sons that you could speak to and just tell them what you're doing? Because I think you need to take some advice. And she said, last time I nearly tripped over, my daughter said, right, you're getting too old. I'm going to put you in a nursing home. And she said, if I tell them what I've done now, they're definitely going to, my daughter's definitely going to put me away in a nursing home. I want to stay independent. So she's stuck in this crazy situation where she can't tell her family. She most probably, I think it's more likely she's been scammed for this money. So I just sort of said to her, look, take my number. If you need someone to speak to, give me a call. So it wasn't such a positive one, but what we try and do is take that extra step to protect our customers from that. Where we notice it, we're not gonna, I said to her, look, I'm losing a trade here. Mm-hmm. If you were to tell let's say you are being scammed and you rang the bank and tried to get your money back, I can say, look, we've got all your photos. We've got you saying you wanted to do a trade with us. I wouldn't lose the money. We get to keep it. We're giving you Bitcoin in return. And I'm not making any money out of this. I'm actually losing money. But me as a human being, it doesn't sit right with me knowing that we could have done something and we just sat back and didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good thing that you're doing there, looking out for people. Because unfortunately, it seems to be the older generations that this happens to. I was talking with a guy from the CoinBurp, which is a Bitcoin ATM operator, and he has the same thing happening where he'll have someone trying to get a large amount of money. Is usually an elderly person, and he informed all of the store owners where he puts his Bitcoin ATMs to watch out for this type of thing, because someone will call him up saying it's like the what is it called, the tax organization. They'll be like, yeah, you're back, you owe $10,000 back taxes, just take out Bitcoin and send it to us today or else you're going to be arrested. And they do it. Yeah.
It's a horrible scenario to be in, and it's great that they do that sort of thing. I think the way we can try and get around this is through education. It's huge about educating the customers, and it's something, I mean, it's one of our pillars is education. We're really trying to grow the market. Some of these guys say they're trying to bring it to the mass audience. I think we truly are. I mean, if I was, let's say when I first got into the crypto market, if I went and I had a look at any of the big exchanges like Binance or Bittrex, Bitfinex, I don't understand order books. I wouldn't understand limit orders, market orders, fill or kill. It's completely alien to me. So I find it very difficult if they're saying they're going to try and to spread the word in that way through trading. It's very difficult for an 85-year-old lady to understand that, which is what we're trying to do, is to spread the word through ease of use, through education, and hopefully, like you said, the website reflects that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd highly recommend anyone to go look at coinburp.com, because you can just see step by step. It's like, it's 3 steps and you'll get your crypto. Do this, do this, do this, and it explains it very well. So we've talked about a lot of stuff today. Anything else that we didn't discuss that you think people should know about?
We sponsor some events. So and what we're trying to do, we're sponsoring an event. We try and, it's the grassroots. I'm a big football, soccer fan. Yeah. I don't know where you're.
I used to play that growing up. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So we play a lot of that. We're trying to sponsor some events, get the good name out there. We're going to be fundraising very soon as well. So anyone who's potentially interested in investing in it's a 2-company investment actually, not only BitBroker but CoinBurp as well. If they like the story, they like what we're talking about. If they've got any questions, they can always fire me an email. I'm more than happy to answer that. But if you want to keep up to date on potentially investing in a fresh, new, funky cryptocurrency platform, then go on our website, just sign up for an account. You don't need to give us your KYC docs, just get the email registered. And as soon as we got further details on that, we'll definitely send an email shot out to everyone.
Awesome. So how can people find out more about the company or contacting you? What do you recommend?
Yeah, so I'm on, let's say they want to message me on LinkedIn. I've got LinkedIn, coinburp.com. You can email us at hello@coinburp.com. Just drop us an email. Any questions at all, I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm pretty active on Reddit as well.
Cool.
It's one of the things I mean, it's community, right? I'm trying to build the community on Reddit. I think it's key. I love what some of the, I used to be an avid gamer. And
What'd you play?
yeah, I used to play a game called Counter-Strike.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to play like semi-professionally in the UK, and so I used to go to these events and play. But Reddit is always, I think, from like a bit of a geeky background. I like Reddit. I like reading the Reddit. But I've seen, like, let's say Fortnite do a great thing where they really involve the customers. Any recommendations, any feature requests, they listen to them and they try and build it in where possible. We definitely are working towards that. We definitely want to do it. My focus at the moment is these additional fiats and cryptos and stuff like that. But yeah, we will get to that. Community is a huge thing for me.
Awesome. Very good. Well, Pete, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks very much for having me. Can I just say I really like your t-shirt? I know you've worn it in other videos. That's like an 8-bit, was it 8-bit unicorn?
Yeah. So I started my channel back in August of 2017, and I needed like a banner for YouTube. So I was thinking about Bitcoin, and I'm like, it's kind of like not tangible, kind of like unicorns and rainbows. So I contacted someone on Fiverr, and I was like, hey, could you make me a banner with like 8-bit, like an 8-bit unicorn shooting a rainbow and Bitcoin's at it? And they did this. And
it's amazing. It's great. I really love it.
Thanks so much. Cool. All right. Well, have a good one.
You too. Thanks very much, Rand. I appreciate it. Cheers.